been a while.
It's been a while.
So it's been a while since we last sat down and talked to you guys. But it's also been a while since we uploaded our previous video. These few weeks have been a little bit crazy. A little bit busy.
Yeah.
But we're back, and if this is the first time that you are seeing our faces, if you don't know who we are, or if you don't remember who we are, my name is Hilary.
I'm Matthew.
And we live in Singapore. We just recently got married, coming to a year.
Really fast.
Yeah, it's really crazy. And we don't do YouTube full time. This was something that we stumbled upon. It's something that we do as a little side hobby kind of thing on top of our full-time jobs.
Yeah, so like we have full-time work. So Hilary works as a social worker. I also work in the social sector. I do more of like the programs kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we are doing this YouTube thing as a side hobby, and it's something that we've come to slowly enjoy quite a lot. And if you don't know how on earth did we surface on this YouTube platform, if you haven't checked out our video or you haven't come across it before, you can check it out. We actually have a 4-room HDB home tour video that was right at the start of our channel, and I think that was something that got us going. We found out that pretty much enjoy sharing bits and pieces of our life, and we are glad that whatever we share is also sometimes helpful for you guys. So you can check that video out and see all of our previous videos. There are also playlists in my channel that you can take a look, classified into vlogs, into love, into home things. So you can check it out there. And with that, we have a special announcement today.
We're rebranding! We're not pregnant. We're not pregnant.
Sounds like a pregnancy announcement.
Yeah. I guess because like a lot of people have been asking, you know, like, hey, when you're pregnant, that kind of thing.
Every time I tell my friends that I got something to tell them, you're pregnant.
Okay.
Calm down. But yeah, we are going to be rebranding this channel. So in the past, I started this channel out as a more of like my own hobby kind of thing. I was planning to do it alone, but I think over time, as I shared more about life, I think naturally the things that I share about revolve like around our life as a young Singaporean couple, learning how to adult, and I think a lot of things that I share also involve him. So he has been appearing in like almost all the videos. So we felt like there's not much point in doing it alone. And also we hear you. We know that you love his quote-unquote weird expressions. And a lot of people have feedback that he's a very good addition to the videos. You enjoy his humor. So
See, I'm funny.
in...
Moral of the story, guys. I'm funny.
Okay. So we're gonna have more of us in these videos, and we are going to share more about our life as a couple in Singapore, trying to get about that adulting struggle, and yeah, just bring you along to see our day-to-day life things as we have already been doing. So just a heads up, we will be changing our channel name next week. So for now, you can still find my channel under Hilary Ariel, but next week we're gonna rename it. So I believe if you search Matt and Hills, then you will be able to find our channel. But do let me know if you have any troubles finding it after we rebrand, so that at least I know that there are issues and I can try and resolve that.
Yeah, so I guess you can look forward to more vlogs, more conversational points, more talky kind of videos, sit down like this, you know, us sharing about our lives, and I guess as a result of how, you know, our faith is, as Christians, our faith is very central to how we live our lives. I think that's going to come out a lot. And of course, if you have any other ideas for us to explore, or like places that you want us to check out, or things that you want us to do and take you along with us, we'll be more than happy to hear from you. So do drop us like a DM on our Insta handles.
We will leave it down below.
Yeah.
And you can also leave a comment on this video with ideas that you guys have on what kind of videos you want to see.
And so, in other news, we recently hit 1,000 subscribers. So really, very big thank you for all of you who have been following us and been so kind with your comments and your following. We really appreciate how you've been very supportive towards us. So thank you for bearing with us and our quirks, our weirdness, our antics, and all that. Actually, we are honestly very surprised that there are people who will be interested in.
Yeah.
So we're very glad that you have joined us on this journey, and we would love to continue to take you along with us. Yeah.
And in the spirit of new things, we decided that today's video we are going to share a bit about our new year and how we want to be new year, new me.
Is it?
Nah.
Is it you want the new year, new me? You want the new year, new husband also?
I'm kidding about the new year, new me thing. I don't believe in it. Which is why we came up with a few guiding questions to really help us to reflect about the year ahead. Because I think sometimes new year, new me, 180 degrees change kind of thing is quite not sustainable. It's not sustainable. So a lot of times past the first month, then
Bye bye.
new year, oh me. Yeah, so we just wanted to come up with some guiding questions we came up with some guiding questions to help us to think about the new year, and we hope that these guiding questions will also be helpful for you. So it's a very simple 3, 2, 1.
So 3 goals, 2 habits, and 1 value or an anchor that you want to hold on to through the year.
Like an anchor principle kind of thing. So with this, we think that it is more helpful because not only do we have concrete habits and goals, but we also have something that drives us to want to hold on to these habits and goals. There's a certain value to why we want to pursue these goals in the first place, which then I think gives us reason to work towards them rather than just going with the motion and just taking on new goals because it's better to be more new and improve the self kind of thing.
Okay, so I guess I'll start.
With the 3 goals?
Yeah, with the 3 goals. For me, my first goal is to bake once in 2 months, because I want to work on baking, but full-time work, not that much free time. So bake once in 2 months. I want to learn how to bake better. Yeah.
And we recently got an oven.
And we recently got an oven, so that's
something new that you guys don't know.
Yeah.
So now he can practice.
Yeah. The second goal I have is to finish my coding course. I actually signed up for a coding course. I wanted to learn programming, so I think it's useful at work. I think it's useful as a skill to pick up. So that's why I wanted to pick it up.
Is there a specific one? Is there a specific code that you were trying to learn or something?
Oh yeah, so I've been learning Python.
Oh, okay.
And using it for stats kind of stuff. And finally, the third thing that I want to do this year is to read 1 book a month. Yeah, it's quite a lot of reading. But I like reading. I think reading helps me to think more clearly a lot of times. Yeah.
In what sense?
In what sense? In whatever sense the book is talking about.
It gives you content to reflect on.
Yeah, it gives me information. So I think on on one hand, some of the books I read are quite related to Christian literature that talks a lot about growth, talks a lot about certain issues that we face as Christians. So I think that helps me to reflect, it helps me to grow. And I also read, apart from that, finance. I read up a little bit on finance to have a little bit of a clearer idea about our financial future and to learn more about this finance area that, because of my background in the lack of finance, in that I've never studied econ, so I've never studied like anything financially related, then I think that it's something that I need to read up on, it's something I need to know better. Yeah.
Planning for the future.
Yeah, I mean, we have to, right? Yeah, it's important.
That's a topic for another day. I actually have one same goal as you, that is to read more. Yeah, I think maybe it's a bit different though in some sense. Like, I've never really thought about reading as a way to give myself more content to reflect on. Yeah.
How do you see reading?
To me, it's just like gathering knowledge. Yeah, but I think that's quite interesting. That's an interesting perspective. Or maybe it's like something that's subconscious, like that I do reflect on the things that I read, but it's not like a goal that I have. Yeah. But for me, I think I want to read a bit more, not just Christian literature, which is something that I think is what I read a bit more, what I've been reading more like in the past few years. But I want to read up a bit more on things like general knowledge, things of like world politics, world culture. I want to go back to reading fiction also. I think it's something that after becoming adults, then we don't do as much anymore. So I used to do literature in school, and I think it was a very enjoyable process, in the sense that I think when you are reading fiction and you're reading literature, then it kind of helps you to see the world in a different perspective, like see the world in a more creative lens, which I think is something that's quite beautiful that I feel like as adults sometimes we can be quite lacking in. So it's something that I hope that as I read more, I will be able to see my world a bit differently and also learn more about the different parts of the world, learn more about different people's lives through reading, and not just like be just so caught up in my own little circle. And the second goal is to take better care of my health. So it's been a tough journey of trying to take care of my health. I don't know, honestly, like, I know the importance of it. I guess sometimes like, I just really like the discipline to have a proper like regular exercise routine. But I think one thing that I have grown in the past year, but I feel like there's more area to grow in, is that I've been a bit more conscious about what I eat, a bit more conscious about what I drink. Yeah, I think as adults we drink a lot of coffee, and the coffee that we drink from cafes and like coffee shops tend to have a lot of hidden sugars. So I noticed that after I started drinking a lot of coffee from outside places, right, then I started to gain weight. Because a lot of hidden sugar, but then it's very easy to finish one cup and then you think like, oh yeah, nothing much, but actually, yeah. So this is one habit that I've cut out, and not just in this area, but there are also a lot of other aspects of my health that I want to be more cautious about. So having a more fit lifestyle. And also in terms of my mental and emotional health, learning how to take better care of that. Yeah. Health is important. It's really important. We only have one health. You take good care of it. Which also leads me to my last point, which is to my last goal. I want to learn/practice art more. I think it's something that I have grown to enjoy. Yeah, I knew that I have always been relatively a bit more towards the like artistic, creative side. But I think last time I insecure, then like I didn't feel like, oh, like I don't want to invest in it because I'm not as good as other people. Like, what's the point of investing in something that you won't be good at? Blah blah blah. Yeah, so I just never really invested much and like tried to learn or practice art, but it's something that I want to do more this year. I have realized that it has been very helpful for my mental and emotional health, because it's like an outlet, I guess, to express certain things that I'm feeling that I think sometimes words cannot express, or like sometimes just practicing art in itself gives you that space to just calm down and to take your mind off the situation, the challenges that you encounter, yeah, and just to have that kind of space, mind space cleared up before you move on and go about doing other things. Yeah, so I want to practice art more as a way to take better care of my health and also to develop my skills in that area.
So you all know, right? In our videos we have these little interludes, these little pop-ups, the font at the start and the end. Oh, she draw on it. And she can say she's not very sure that she's talented enough.
Last time insecure lah. I think cause I always compare with other people, then I'm like, oh, my art, yeah, it's okay. Yeah. So those are my 3 goals.
Okay. 2 habits. My first habit is that I want to track my money, my expenses better. And to track it properly. Okay, so she's been hounding me to track it. There are days that she tracks it for me, like what you spend today, I'm gonna help you put it in. I'm really ill-disciplined at tracking my own money. There have been some months I've been successful, but they usually last like a maximum of 2 months in a row. So I'm hoping to track my money more regularly this year, so that I can have a better picture of my own expenses and be better in control of my own finances.
And it's very weird because like in some sense actually tracking our money for us, right, frees up that space to spend on things that sometimes we don't spend on because we just tell ourselves that we got no money to buy. In some sense.
And I think that, you know, when you're clear about the money that you have and the money that you've spent, then you know what you have left, and you can happily be able to give to people around you with a peace of mind, right? Yeah, and more happily as well. So I think that helps me lah. Yeah, so I think like sometimes when we don't track our finances, then we go into this mode of like, oh, I may not have enough. Then like go into this very anxious state of like, oh, better not spend too much, better not give too much, don't buy this, don't buy that, don't give this, don't give that. Yeah. So instead of having that very like anxious and tightly controlled mindset, which we tend towards, we notice that we tend towards, I think tracking our money really does free us up to make better decisions lah.
Yeah.
Second habit that I want to develop. In fact, I've actually already started this. I don't know whether you noticed.
Yeah.
Every morning I sit up on the bed and I pray for a short while. I want to start the day with Thanksgiving. I think every morning when I start the day, I tend to be a little bit grumpy. A little bit. Sort of the context is every morning when I wake up, I'm in the most pain physically because of the slip disc that I have.
So he has a slip disc.
Yeah.
I don't think they know.
Oh,
yeah,
I have a
we've
slip
never
disc.
mentioned it.
Yeah, so if you keep seeing me fidget and all, it's really because I have this pain. It's a pain in the neck, literally. Yeah. And so in the morning is when it's most painful, when I just wake up because I don't sleep in a very great position all the time. So usually in the morning I'm grumpy, I'm frustrated, I'm in pain. It's like, oh, new day. Oh. But yeah, I really want to start the day differently this year. To start the day with Thanksgiving instead, right? Like, I think there's a lot to be grateful for in this life. Yeah.
I again have a very similar habit.
Oh?
Similar.
Oh.
Yeah. I think a bit similar to wanting to start the day right. I want to start my mornings with God. I feel like something that I always say like year after year, but it's just yeah, I think sometimes I don't take it seriously enough to really put in effort to try and upkeep this habit. Yeah, so I think recently, after we got married, then I think because when there's someone else to do it with you, then it's also a bit less I mean that there's more encouragement to keep up with this habit. So the both of us, we wake up together, and then like if one of us is tempted to go back to sleep, at least the other person is up, then you also feel like, hey, okay lah, the other person wake up, I wake up. Kind of feeling. Do you get it? Or is it just me?
Most work mornings I wake up first.
Yeah, okay. So it's just me. So yeah, I want to start my mornings with God. I think something that we have been doing more lately, and we have been doing pretty well, I think. Setting time aside in the morning to pray and to read God's word before going about our busy days really makes a difference, really sets the tone right for the day. And the second habit that I would like to have this year is to really slow down and reflect. Is it a habit? I would think so. Yeah, to slow down and reflect in the day-to-day things. I think because at work, naturally things are a bit more fast-paced in the setting that I work in. So I feel like a lot of times the way my brain works, right, it's just constantly on like a fast-paced 120 kilometers per hour kind of speed. And then even sometimes when I come home, like I find it a bit difficult to unwind from that. Yeah, and I realized that it hasn't really been quite healthy. I feel that it does take a toll on my mental health, and it's something that I want to find a balance in. So I do feel that from time to time throughout the day, even when I'm working, it does help when I take pit stop moments to just slow down and to remind myself like, okay, I don't have to go so fast, and to really reflect on how am I feeling, what am I thinking, how is my mood, and then to like recalibrate back before I continue like doing what I have to do. Because sometimes I think it's just so easy to zoom past, right? And then sometimes I'm so unaware of how I'm feeling and like what I'm thinking. I just like, okay, focus on the task, and at the end of the day I just feel so drained and like so really sad or angry, and then there's all these feelings that like oh my god, what do I do? But I need to go home now, and like I need to meet him, and then I need to be a good wife, and like how? Then okay, no choice, just put it aside and like go. So to really slow down and reflect, that's a habit that I think is necessary to help me to take better care of my health.
So the final thing, what is the one anchor value or principle or phrase or quote that you wanna live by? Right. For me, it's gonna be it's kind of unrelated to whatever else I've shared so far, but yet somehow related. So okay, it's from a psalm. It goes, yeah, it goes, be still and know that I am God. Right? That He is God, not me. I am not. Duh. Yeah. So be still and know that He is God. I think growing up, there's this hymn that I used to sing. Be still and know that He is God. Be still and... it goes on and on. And I mean, it's something that has been occurring to me time and again, in the midst of just noise that is the life that we live in, rush and the bumbling around. And the many things that I want to do, many things I want to achieve in life. Not achieve, but many goals that I set for myself, many things that I want to do, and all that. At the end of the day, I feel that it's important to come back to this quiet knowledge that He's God. That to me is my anchor, because it reminds me of who I am in relation to who He is, right? And that to me is very humbling, and it's very it really grounds me lah. So it's something that I want to keep through the year, whether it is through the reading, the baking, whether it's through the new habits that I want to form, whether it's about money, whether it's about work, whether it's about relationship, whether it's about just life stress, I just want to have that posture of being still and to just know that that God is in control, that He is sovereign, and that He holds my world and He holds me, and that's a lot to take comfort in lah.
For me, it's a phrase. It's like it's a phrase. The phrase is purposeful living. I think, like I said, the previous year, just has been very busy and very like go, like do all the things. Don't stop, like cannot stop, cannot pause and reflect, kind of like mentality. And I think because of that, a lot of times I lose track of what is purposeful in life. A lot of times I lose track of what God is doing in my life, and I feel that as a result of that, at many points in time, I did feel quite burnt out from life. So I feel like the root of it is really that, I'm just not aware of what really is the purpose behind all that I'm doing in life, be it work, be it marriage, be it loving my family, be it going to church. All these different things all serve a purpose, and without a clear vision of this purpose in life that is to serve and love God, right? Then all these things are just empty lah, I feel. All these things are just the to-do list kind of things. And I think once that to-do list becomes long and dreary, right, then that's it lah. Life is meaningless. So I think it's a trap that I don't want to fall into, and I feel that it's very easy to fall into this, especially in a place like Singapore where we are all about like progress, making growth. We're all about like getting better, bigger house, more money. All these things, like it's all like always about like pursuing more and more and just chasing after like things and adding on more things to our to-do list so that we can achieve these goals. I just feel that sometimes it can get very stressful, and like at the end of the day, all these things are meaningless if at the end of the day, all these things can't take them away with you when this life ends. This got deep real fast. But it's just that I feel like it's very easy to fall into this trap, especially in a culture that's like that in Singapore. So I want to be more aware of how I am like in this culture, and to not like just follow these typical ways of doing life just because it's like part of culture. But rather to really reflect and understand what is God's purpose for me, and to understand why am I doing what I'm doing. So purposeful living, I think that's the phrase of the year.
That got deep real fast, like out of nowhere. Okay, but not really. I guess perhaps our tendency is to go there.
But the point is to reflect.
So it's good, right? And hopefully you guys could glean some stuff from our sharing perhaps, and take back the questions with you and do your own reflections and see how that's like for you. And hopefully, it'll kind of help you along the way through the year, set a good direction for the year ahead.
So we would love to hear from you if you have goals, habits, anchor phrase or anchor value that is going to take you through this year. We would love to hear from you what's going through your mind, what's in it for you in 2021. You can share with us in the comments. We really enjoy hearing about your lives actually, and what are things that you guys are thinking about. We really love it. So feel free to share in the comments. And if you want to talk to us, you can also just drop us a DM on our Instagram. I will leave our account handles in the description box. You can also see it here. You can always drop us a DM. And with that, we have come to the end of this video. We hope that you enjoyed it, and we really look forward to making more content for you guys. We really look forward to taking you guys along more on our adventures, and just to take you through the average Singaporean's daily life, to see the woes of a young Singaporean couple bumbling through adulting. I think makes it a little bit less lonely to know that people are struggling through.
It does.
Yeah. So do like this video if you enjoyed it. Also subscribe to our channel.
Yeah.
So remember, next week onwards you can find our channel if you search Mac and Hills. It won't be titled Hillary Eru anymore. The display picture will change. The channel banner will change, but it's still the both of us. Yeah.
Sorry.
So
Don't run away.
Okay. Yeah, so do subscribe to our channel, and if you would like to be notified when we post a video, you can also click that notification bell so you'll be updated when we post new content. Do follow us on Instagram as well. We update our lives from time to time there, and we will be updating our lives more regularly so that you guys can have a sneak peek into what goes on in our during our off-camera times. Yeah, so we are looking forward to seeing you in our next video. In the meanwhile, stay safe, take care, have a good Chinese New Year, stay safe, follow the rules guys, and we'll see you in our next video. Bye!